how was it growing up? You feel me? East Oakland, right?
Yeah, East Oakland. It was. I mean, it was cool. It was regular. I think a lot of people, when you get to, they don't know us until we become successful. You know what I'm saying? So when they see us, they see us as that. And I think because of how people typically behave and what they see them doing, they like, man, this nigga ain't really from nothing, or he don't, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I just grew up in a real place. I was around everything, you know what I'm saying? You name it, I seen it. I was around it. And I think, you know, you get to the league and you show those behaviors, and some people gonna recognize it, some people ain't. But the people that come from any type of environment similar to that, they gonna recognize it, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, that nigga knows something, or he from something. And I think that's what people get from me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, and growing up in Oakland, like, you know, you was leading into the basketball thing, and you was making it happen for yourself, for your family. Like, where was the motivation there growing up?
I'd say just the kind of family I grew up in, and the kind of neighborhood I grew up in. It was a lot of cousins, everybody challenging each other, you know what I'm saying? Deuce, 8 years older than me, and we was all in the same game of 21. Like, we all playing against each other as you trash and you getting clowned, and that's baseball, football, basketball, fighting, racing, everything, you know what I'm saying? So when you grow up in that type of environment, you gotta be able to survive. You gotta be able to perform with pressure and everybody watching, all your cousins, everybody in the neighborhood. So for me, I just wanted to be able to rise above that, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to shine amongst that crowd. And, you know, if you want to do that, you gotta be sturdy. You gotta work on it, and you gotta have your mind right. And eventually I was able to take that mentality outside of the family and outside of the neighborhood. And then I, you know, got on the AAU team. Then I got on the circuit, and, you know, I took that mentality with me, you know, just from that.
So Deuce is a decade year older than you, and he was getting smoked out there.
No. See, I'm gonna tell you the crazy.
Oh no, you was not, because he just said it in so many words. You was getting smoked out there.
I ain't gonna lie. Deuce was nice.
Yeah,
like, Deuce was better than everybody. Like, we had is a couple sides to our neighborhood. It's like you got Dag, and then it's like where we from, and then it's Choir Village. In Choir Village, it was another dude from Choir Village that was nice. Yeah. And they used to go down there and play, you know, side of the street to the other side of the street, 2 baskets up there. And Deuce used to be going at it with the dude. His name was C2. Yeah. But Deuce was the nicest in the neighborhood. I ain't gonna lie. So I ain't saying I was serving Deuce. You know what I'm saying? That was different.
It's okay though.
That was different.
It eventually happened.
Deuce was nice. And then when I got to college, I started playing in the men's leagues he was playing in, and that's when we all knew. Like,
no. No, did he ever dunk on you though?
No.
No,
did he ever? You ain't gonna let that happen.
No, he never dunked on me. But
that's my boy, dude.
I've definitely watched a 40-footer go over my head though.
Wow.
I definitely watched a 40-footer or a half-court jumper.
So he been all half court.
Yeah, been long range for sure.
Being all half court.
He said, "Oh, we getting new camera angles."
Yeah. No, we got another camera angle. Yeah, don't worry about nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He come up here, you gonna get another camera angle. Don't worry about nothing. You know what I mean?
And so, growing up, Dame, did you have other homies? You know, like you said, in the street life and shit, that they kind of stirred you away from it? Like, nah, he the hooper. He gonna make it. Like, you can't be with us, or you can't do this, or you have to make that decision on your own.
No, I mean, I made that decision on my own. It was, you know, I grew up, I was catching the bus, going to school with dudes that was doing all type of stuff. I think, you know, when you see the movies, they're like, man, stay away from this. And, you know, you a hooper. I think that's more storybook type shit, you know? Like, all my friends was doing shit, but they was on the team too. So it wasn't like I was just hanging out with criminals that was criminals and then just randomly my friend. It was like, I knew people that played hoop and sold weed, and, you know, they was in the mix a little bit, but that was it. It wasn't like they had to tell me what to do or what not to do. It just, I had to make that decision for myself.
Was your music, like, did you feel as strongly as you felt about music, and did you felt about basketball?
No, I didn't. Like hoop was it for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I grew up around a lot of rappers, around a family of rappers. Some of my friends rap, so it was like something that I always could do. You know what I mean? We'd get on the bus, we'd be on BART, and we'd just start beating on the seat and start freestyling. You know what I'm saying? Get on the computer, put on the instrumental, everybody rap. My brother freestyling, you know, to this day.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of how it was. I always had the ability to rap, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to make it as an artist. You know, I was a hooper. I knew I was a hooper, but I also knew, like, I could rap for real.
Yeah. Deuce, like, when did you start taking it serious? Like,
Maybe like 12th grade.
12th grade?
Yeah, like 12th grade. I realized I wasn't going to hoop for real, so I was like,
No, he's not.
I'm move it over. I mean, we was always in music and we was always in sports,
Uh-huh.
but getting older, realizing like it's an institution to the game, and learning how to like meet the right people and get the relationships. I would say for my family, I was like the guinea pig. I took all the bullets first,
Yeah.
so everybody could learn how to actually find the water for real. So like all the mistakes that we had to experience was like Deuce experienced it, so everybody else didn't have to go through it. You know?
Yeah.
What's crazy is Deuce, that was your first video?
Yeah.
In Deuce's first rap video, I was like 9. And I'm the main character in the video. That shit probably on the internet. Is it on YouTube or something?
No, we gotta find it.
Oh, no, they
I was the
tweet that
main
up.
character in the video. I was a little kid, bro.
Delete that one. Delete that one.
I was like 9, bro. I was in the video, bro.
At what point of your...
I feel like I might have seen that one. Low
I might have showed you.
I think you did show me that one. Low
I think
got it
I
on
posted
laptop.
on my story one time, bro.
I feel like he showed. Wasn't it like on in the street too?
He was in the street. I was in the front
Yeah,
yard.
okay. Yeah, I did see that one.
If you comb it,
Go deep enough.
If you comb it.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
They gonna find
You
it.
can comb it. You know what I'm saying? But at what part of your career did you feel like, you know what? Let's go back into this rap shit. Let's get it cracking.
first game.
Yeah, my first when I was a rookie. So the night before the first game of my career, my first game was on Halloween. We played the Lakers with Steve Nash, Kobe, Dwight, Powell, Antoine Jameson. Like they had squad. So the night before, and I had all my cousins living with me. My mom lived with me. We was all deep in the house. So they like, you know, get ready. It's your first game tomorrow. Like, that's what the team, everybody telling us that, my agent. And me, my cousins, we all in the room upstairs rapping the instrumentals. It's like 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
We up there rapping. And I just remember I was like, the beat was playing, everybody kind of got quiet, and I started writing in my phone. I started writing in my notes, just like rhyming. And then we came out the next day, we beat the Lakers. And then after the game, I came out the locker room with my agent, his brother, who's my other agent, and then like manager, all these people was out there, and they was like excited, like, great game, y'all beat the Lakers. And I walked up to him and I was like, bruh, I really can rap. And I started reading what I was writing to him, and they was like, bruh, you crazy. I was like, nah.
That's what I don't care
was like,
about.
Niggas just beat the Lakers
Yeah,
up
First game of my career, First game of my career, I walked right up there.
That's
like,
funny.
I was reading through it. I'm like, bro, I really can rap. And they thought I was joking. So shortly after, they was like, man, please don't tell us it's another like athlete that's trying to do some music. And then eventually, when they start hearing it, they was like, push it, push the line.
You a young, you know what I'm saying, African American man, you
Yeah.
feel me? We all are intrigued by hip hop.
Yeah.
We are influenced by hip hop, you know what I'm saying, in
Facts.
some type of way.
Right.
You feel me? So they might kind of be weary of our direction and where we'll go and what we'll do.
Right.
So it's kind of like with Ja too, it's just kind of like, dang, we might not want to go down that direction, and you feel me? We'll have to kind of like help them down that direction. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully it's not that. I for real.
No, I think they knew me as a person, so I wasn't gonna come out talking about nothing that wasn't real for me. I wasn't gonna come out saying, "Oh, I did this or I did that." Like, if somebody around me is doing something crazy, we gonna have love for each other, but I ain't gonna put myself in that position. So, like, I think the number one thing I had going was I was saying what the real for me was,
Yeah.
and then I had people that was gonna tell me the truth. Like this week, you know what I mean? Like, I started doing a little mixtape. I never forget. It was before I put my first album out. I started trying to like do little songs, and like when I hear them in my phone now, I'd be like, this would have been the end of me if I would have put these out, because they was weak. They was good rhymes, but they was weak. And I just remember like my manager, who's probably the least super tied into music, like out of Deuce and everybody that's in my circle of people, he was like, if we're gonna do this, I think you should hold on to these and like do it right. Get some better production. Let's really, sit down and really put it together. And then Deuce said the same thing. So that was like, we pulled it back and then kind of slowly rolled it out. And that actually was the best thing for me. You know what I'm saying?